What's going on, everyone? Welcome back for another Montreal Expos expansion out of the Park Baseball 25 episode. So, we are at the All-Star break in 2026, and it has finally happened. We have a good team. It's year 3 of expansion, and we have a team that is looking like it is firmly in the playoff hunt. So what we're going to do, we're going to review the first half of the season or so. We're going to take a look at the All-Star Game roster. We're going to take a look at some potential additions that we can look to do to strengthen our roster. Because right now we are second in the division, but we're in control of a wild card spot. We're just kind of see how things are looking for us at the moment. So, first things first, team home screen. We're just going to take a look at how we're playing. We're 50 and 39, 4.5 back from the White Sox, who lead the division. Team stats, like I said, we have a bunch of hitters. So we are first in runs scored, third in average, third in OBP, second in OPS, first in WAR, third in weighted on base, first in home runs, first in stolen bases, fifth in base running. I love it. What I didn't expect is that we are also pitching fantastic. We are first in runs against, tied first, and this is not in the MLB, this is in the AL. First for starters ERA. Our bullpen's a little weak. We're in ninth, which honestly I thought bullpen would be our strength. Our fielding, independent pitching, and our pitching WAR are actually surprisingly low. I think that's because we are so good defensively. We have a fantastic defensive team. We're first in strikeouts, second in defensive efficiency, fourth in zone rating, first in errors. Like I said, great defense. So we're just going to take a look at some team leaders right here. We'll take a little more further in-depth look in a second. But you can see Chris Bryant, Evan Carter, Blaze Alexander. Bryant's having a resurgence. Blaze Alexander is playing outstanding. You got Ellie and you got Adolis with 27 home runs at the start of July. Think they could match what Aaron Judge did, or Judge did it by June, I guess. So Judge, they're not going to match Judge just yet in real life. Gleyber Torres is actually playing outstanding. He's got 15 homers. Ellie and Adolis leading with RBIs. Corey Seager's 47 there. The sad news on Corey Seager is that, unfortunately, he does appear to be pretty washed. He is dying defensively, and his batting ratings have definitely taken a noticeable dip. Stolen bases, Evan Carter, Harry Ford, Blaze Alexander. Pitching-wise, Valencia has picked up right where he left off last year. Cease has been a great addition, and Pepia is kind of looking like the top-of-the-line pitcher that I thought he could be. So let's take a look a little more in depth. Feel free to pause, take a look at any stats you want. But as we can see, Cease, 124 Ks, 2.79 ERA. He is outstanding. Pepia is pitching very well. Palencia is pitching very well. Kumar Rocker is actually looking like a serviceable MLB pitcher out there, 5 and 6 with a 3.34 ERA, and I think he's got 99 Ks. Yep. Leiter's out there. Leiter's struggling a little bit, honestly. He's our fifth starter. We actually have sent him down a couple times. He's in there right now because we are dealing with an injury. Puck is our closer. Statistically, he's actually doing really well. ERA plus is great, but his WAR is terrible. But we're going to chalk some of this up to he came back from a major injury, was out for over the first 2 months or so, so he's just kind of getting back into the swing of things. Caleb Ferguson pitching outstanding in that stopper role for us. Luis Gills pitching outstanding. We have him in a setup role. Clevenger is doing okay. Howard is terrible. Soriano's doing okay. Kyle Nicholas is doing actually pretty well. Take a look at lineups here. Christian Serta has really rarely been called upon, but he's not doing poorly. Harry Ford is actually playing really well. I actually think he might be a little better, but overall doing really well. Charlie Condon was actually injured. Charlie Condon was injured for 6 weeks during the season, so unfortunately he's not have a full season's report at this moment, but he's playing pretty well. He's hitting the ball, and he's hitting it with power. Gleyber Torres is playing outstanding for us. Blaze Alexander is once again playing outstanding for us as well. Dylan O'Reilly, for a platoon infielder, he's doing decent, but he hasn't really been killing it. Corey Seager, we'll click on him. You can see defensive rating is dying, the arm's dying, the range is dying, the air is dying. We actually have him at first base. We'll make that an official switch in just a second. That's with a move that I have made as of this update, is going to be playing him at first base from now on. He's not hitting great. He's not really hitting much power. And unfortunately, part of the Soto trade where we retained 25% of Juan Soto's deal is that we also took on 100% of Corey Seager's deal. I still think it was worth it for Evan Carter, and Gleyber Torres has definitely been playing up to his contract, but unfortunately Seager might become an albatross for us. We'll make that change right now. First base for Corey Seager. Actually, I have him at the DH spot there, not first base, but that's fine. Moving back to third for now then, might as well. We've got Ellie at shortstop. Ellie is playing out of his mind. 27 homers, 71 RBIs, 3.9 WAR. Ellie's doing his job. Chris Bryant is having a resurgent year. 12 homers, hitting over 300, or I guess exactly 300. 2.2 WAR. And if I had to bet, he's giving us plus fielding. He's giving us plus fielding too. So Chris Bryant, power to you, man. Kyle Lewis has been struggling. Cody Bellinger actually got relegated from that DH role. Cody Bellinger has been struggling a lot. We're going to keep him up for now, but if we need to make room on the roster, he's going to be one of the first guys to go. Evan Carter's been playing outstanding in center field. Brenton Doyle's struggling a little bit, but he's also in more of a platoon role than he was last year, so I think the inconsistent outings is not helping him. And Adolis Garcia, with the increased support around him, is back up to his all-star level, 27 homers, 2.9 WAR. Player development-wise, nothing really crazy has changed. Braswell is developing a little bit, might be up in our MLB lineup for next year. Probably going to slide in at second base or third base for us. I don't think he has any outfield ability. Oh, he does have some outfield ability. We'll find a spot for him. We got Ethan Holiday, still struggling to develop. Tyler Bremer, looking pretty well as far as the pitching goes. And then Nishio is just kind of looking like what he was when we signed him. Now let's go take a look. We're going to take a look at what the All-Star team shaped up for 2026. For the first time, I think, ever, we have more than one or two players on the All-Star team. So let's come on over. Rosters have been announced. You can see right off the bat, we have Dylan Cease. He's made it. Daniel Palencia is an All-Star. Charlie Condon actually made it. I wasn't expecting him to after dealing with the injuries, but he made it. Ellie De La Cruz is an All-Star. Evan Carter is an All-Star. And Adolis Garcia is an All-Star. Now that is, I believe, 6 All-Stars for us. That's 6 All-Stars. We put 6 guys in the All-Star game. Feel free to pause. You can check out all of the names here. Here's the NL as well. Spencer Strider's hurt, which is something that I picked up right off the bat and looking at stats for this year. Unfortunately, it looks like Spencer Strider is dealing with a torn rotator cuff, and he's done for the year. That's not good. That's definitely an injury that I have seen impact players' ability in OOTP before, so hopefully Strider does not take a big hit from that. Don't see any other real crazy names or anything super noticeable. Miguel Vargas is hurt. What's he hurt with? Oh, strained shoulder, just 1 week. Prospect game rosters have been announced. This is going to mean less and less to me each year as we get farther into the future. Braswell has made it for us. I think Braswell's our only representative there. Yep. He is. That makes sense, though. And then the home run derby went, and Wyatt Langford defeated Ronald Acuna Jr. by a fair bit in the final of the home run derby. So we'll check out the All-Star game. We'll check out league leaders at the All-Star game. Tyler Freeman is leading the league in average. And then who is this? Moses Balastros on the Cubbies. Good for him. Langford's leading in home runs with Ohtani. Then Ellie and Adolis are tied for third with Hunter Owen. That name should mean something to you guys because Hunter Owen was part of our trade for Ellie De La Cruz. I knew we were going to regret giving him up. I wouldn't say regret. We definitely got Ellie, who has turned out to be the best player from that trade. But Hunter Owen was actually waived by Cincinnati shortly after and is now mashing for Washington. Good for him. We got Ellie Ellie in second for RBIs behind Acuna. Acuna appears to be having a fantastic year, currently leading the MLB in WAR. Langford's right there, Witt's there, Tatis and Chorio a little down. Alec Thomas leading in hits, Gabriel Hayes in doubles. PCA and Yanquiel Fernandez in triples. Don't really see a ton of our guys listed anywhere. Evan Carter's got tied for the lead for stolen bases with, fun name here, Justin Crawford. That's Carl Crawford's son. I love seeing him turn into a great player. I love seeing him with the contact, the speed, the fielding. Really is a little a little Carl Crawford. Fun player back in his prime with Tampa and Boston. And Los Angeles, but I didn't follow as much for his Los Angeles years. We've got Ellie De La Cruz in there for sac flies and extra base hits. We'll check out pitchers now. Pitching, we've actually done really well. Palencia's tied in third for ERA behind Kodai Senga and Blake Snell. Max Meyer and Aaron Nola lead the league in wins. Alcantara, who we covered a little bit, I think, in one of the offseason recaps, leading the league in losses. I thought he was going to be a good pickup for Pittsburgh. Yamamoto's leading the league in WAR. Blake Snell's up there. Blake Snell's on the Mets now. Good for Blake Snell. That's the Mets with Senga and Snell balling out. Ricky Tiedemann seems to be a strikeout monster, strikeout fiend. Snell's up there. Senga's up there. You notice Strider's not because he's out for the season dealing with the torn rotator cuff. ERA plus. Valencia's in third. What about saves? I didn't cover saves. Class A for saves, Evan Phillips, Carlos Estevez, Jose Alvarado, and Devin Williams. So that is what we're looking like at the All-Star game. What I am thinking moving forward, one thing I might look to improve is just that 5th starter spot. We don't have an option in the system. Edward Cabrera might be the option. We might give him a chance. Other than that, we don't really have one in the system. We gave Rylan Thomas some run in the MLB and he struggled. I would love to give him another shot because I think he could be a really good player for us. It just needs to be the right situation. Let's take a look just real quick at the trade block. Got some good pitchers there. Framber Valdez especially. Jeffrey Springs on a rehab assignment. Jeffrey Springs is really good. McCullers. Could even look to get maybe some retention on some of these guys. So I will take a look. We'll see. Right now, Valdez, Springs. Lance McCullers is a pretty good option. I think as long as he's expiring, yeah. We'll see if we can't pull off one of those 3 guys to round out the rotation. Batters over here. No one special for batters. No one that I think is really going to bring anything new to our lineup. So yeah, so we'll check back in for roster expansion. Hopefully the next 2 months or so continue to go as they have to start the season. Hopefully we are still right in the thick of the playoff battle. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.